Iconoclast Speaks.
Hello and welcome to the Iconoclast Speaks. I am the Iconoclast. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the bunker, as it were. Taking those off because it puts a weird glare if you're on my face or shadows. If you're listening to this on the podcast, which I never tell you guys that this is actually a podcast, it's not just videos on Facebook, but you can find us on Apple, iTunes, and Google Play, or Google Music, whatever. It is a podcast you can download. If you go on there and search Iconoclast Speaks, there is a place to get the podcast. If you are listening to the podcast, you can go on Facebook and type in the Iconoclast Speaks and watch the videos. And then you see what I look like, and it's so pleasant. Anyway, it's getting to that time of year where it's the end of the year. We're wrapping things up. We're nostalgic about the previous year. We're looking forward to the next year. A lot of times we, at this point, are thinking of goals for the next year. 2019, okay, 2018's over, 2019 started. It doesn't matter what year it is, but the end of the old, beginning of the new, fresh start. We make resolutions. We have these declarations of what I'm going to do, and we stick with them for about a week or two. That's why every year you see gym membership pop up on January, and then it's done. People jump in, they get to the day like, I'm doing it, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to the gym. And that's why a lot of times gym memberships are like, yeah, you're signed up for 6 months, because we know that you're going to quit after like 3 days. Now, a resolution is just a declaration. It's a firm declaration. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. But there's no incentive behind it other than you're stating something. A lot of times we do it because everybody else is doing it. But we then fail because there's nothing behind it. A resolution is something you say so others can hear it and see the changes you are trying to do. And we're never resolute in this. We make these resolutions, but we fail. Something different to try would be a covenant. And the difference with a covenant is it's a binding document. It's a binding declaration. And if you really want to get healthy, if you really want to do these things, I suggest finding someone and making a covenant with them. Maybe say, hey, look, my goal is to go to the gym at least once a week this whole next year. And here's the deal. I'm signing this paper. If I fail, I owe you dinner. I owe you money. Here, $100 if I fail. You're making a covenant. Find someone that you can make a covenant with. Because if you just say this resolution and like, I'm going to do these things, no one's really there to keep you accountable. And there's no real loss if you don't fall through your resolution. If you want to make a real change in your life, don't just make a resolution. Find someone that's going to keep you accountable and make a covenant with them and make a document that you sign, they sign, and say, these are the changes I want to make in my life. And if I don't attempt to make these changes, this is what I owe you. It puts something there more binding. That's why, like, when people get married, it's a covenant between them. It's like if you go with a religious, it's a covenant between you, them, and God. So it's something you don't want to break. There's a binding there. Whereas if you're just dating someone or living with them, there's no covenant there. Yeah, you break up, but there's not a legal thing there to like make it be like, hey, that's why a lot of people, when marriages get rough, they fight through it because there's a covenant there. There's something, a document. There's something really saying, hey, I'm in this to the end. Whereas just dating and whatnot, it's like, okay, you snore, I'm out. You don't really fight through things. Same with a resolution. When you declare a resolution, you kind of, after a while, you're just like, you know what, I'm not that interested in that anymore. Whereas if you made a covenant with someone on wanting to make changes, you're going to be more likely, because, at least for me, if I say, hey, you know what, I want to get to a point where I'm lifting 250, all right, and I resolve this year to do 250, you know, I probably won't get there. But if I go and say to my buddy, look, if by the end of the year I'm not lifting 250, I owe you $100. I'm signing this paper. This is a deal. Everyone knows it. Here it is. I'm going to push myself to do it because I don't want to give up that $100. So I'm not saying money, but figure out something. As the year comes, figure out the goals you want to do for the year. Find someone that you know that's going to be there with you and say, hey, you know what, I'll help you through this. I'll keep you accountable. Let's make a document. Let's get these things going, because it's time to change things in your lives. It's time to change things in all our lives. Our mental status is just so social media-fied that we just like to declare things willy-nilly and put them out there, and there's no substance behind them. Let's become people of substance and really get after it and do something great this year. So that's it for now. I hope you have a fantastic week. Start thinking of the things you want to change for 2019. You know, and maybe don't wait till 2019. If you know you want to make a change, do it now. Because the sooner you start, the sooner the better, and you're going to love yourself more. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
The Iconoclast speaks.